starting, so first of all, we are going to be talking about Microsoft Outlook. So I want us to understand that Outlook is more or less like a tool for managing communication, for sending and receiving emails. But if I'm to bring it to our understanding so that we'll get what Outlook is. So I don't know how many of us have used Gmail. How many of us are used to using Gmail, like using Gmail? Can anybody just unmute and just tell me how if you have used Gmail before or you have used Yahoo Mail, please? Can anybody just tell me? Anybody in the crowd? Okay, so you can just go ahead and tell me what you use it for, basically.
To send messages.
Okay. Okay. So sorry, I'm not sharing my screen. My camera is not turned on because I am having some issues with the hardware of my camera. That's why I would have on my screen so you guys will see my face. So I'm coming. Let me just use my second screen. I want to so I can make it. Okay, there we go. So let's continue. So basically, Outlook is just like Gmail, where you can use to send and receive email. I don't want us to confuse ourselves on what is Outlook, what is Yahoo Mail. So Outlook is a tool for sending and receiving email that was produced by Microsoft. So Gmail was produced by G Suite, while Yahoo Mail was produced by Yahoo. So basically, Outlook is just a tool that you can use to send and receive email. So first of all, the basics of this course is I'm to show you guys how to use Outlook effectively because Outlook is actually very important. And even if you want to work in any organization as a tech person, most of the issues you'll be having from users will be on Outlook. So I will show us how we can handle issues relating to Outlook and how we can even use it very well as administrators. So first of all, to start, like who answered the question before, please? What's your name, please? I didn't get your name. Oh, Messi. So thank you very much for that. So let me just bring this guy here. Yeah. Okay, I'm coming. Let me share the second screen. It's my sure. Okay, so sorry for the breaking transmission. So I'm just trying to share my second screen. So sorry about that. So like Messi clearly defined, so Outlook is a tool used to send and receive emails. And aside sending and receive emails, we are still going to talk about other things that Outlook can do for us. So basically now, this what we have here is Outlook page. So from here now I'm looking for my laser pointer so that I can make the presentation lively. So we'll get where I'm talking about. So from here now, basically, this is actually a new email. So I want to tell us how you can compose an email and how you can flow with your email so that the person you are sending email to will actually get the full message of what you're sending to the person. So basically now, if we look at this picture here, so this picture is more or less like someone trying to send an email. So if you are using Gmail to send an email, you will discover that it is actually a different interface, different from what we have here. So Gmail, they have their own GUI. Yahoo Mail have their own GUI. But what we have here is Outlook, which I'm going to show in a demonstration. So automatically now, if you want to send an email, there's what we call subject. subject. Subject, if you are defining your subject in sending an email, your subject has to be clear and descriptive. It has to be clear. It has to tell the person what you're actually talking about. So the person needs to understand what you are talking about, like we have here in this mail. So the subject of this mail here is virtual introduction, Uchichi, and Osheku. So if the person received this email now in his inbox, so the first thing the person sees is virtual introduction between Uchichi and Osheku. But if this person did not put a subject, the person will not know the essence of the mail. The person might just ignore it. So subject is very important. It's very important in terms of sending emails. So let's go to the next one. So now we'll now go to introduction. So for introduction now, I know this part is very important because when you start working in organizations, you are going to be sending and receiving emails. So it is very important you know how to draft emails, starting with the subject and also the introduction. So for the introduction now, we have here, hi Ocheche and Osheku. As per our previous conversation, I wanted to introduce you to one another. So basically, this introduction now is just telling the person that this is the reason why I'm sending you this message. Just introducing the person to the body of what the message is all about. So from here now we can see how it works. Like the intro implies you are introducing Uchichi and Osheku for actually maybe you want to have a gig or you want to have a business, so you are trying to introduce the person to one another. So let's go to the next slide. So I'm going to ask questions, but it's actually going to be very, very okay. So the next one now is body. So the body of the email here is Uchichi. I've known Osheku for a few years and know him to be a clever developer and a loyal friend. I know he can help you with some of your coding challenges. Uchichi, Osheku is my friend and a colleague and can better explain her challenges than I can. So all these parts that I bold in is actually the body of the email. When we started, we talked about the introduction or the subject. So subject is very important. So when I log into Outlook, we are going to see all these things in play, the differences and all, and how they relate, because you are going to send emails. Even if you want to apply for jobs, you are going to send emails to apply for jobs. Example, if you're applying for a job now, the introduction should be application for a modern workplace engineering role. So if you're applying for a modern workplace engineering role, so your intro will be application for modern workplace engineering role, or better still, let's say sysadmin, or you want to apply for, let's say, a DevOps engineer. You can use it as your introduction. So this is also very important because as you're applying for jobs, make sure you use the right introduction and you make sure the body of the emails clearly tell the recruiter what you're actually looking for. So here now, the next one we are going to look at, let me go before we go to the lab here. So the next one is call to action. So from the definition here, call to action is uncharacteristically vague, but is for an introduction, and it lets them know I am out of the conversation. So if you want to end your conversation, most times you can say thank you, anticipating your response. So, but here now we have, I hope you two can get together soon. I will let you take it from here. So basically, you are just trying to compose an email. So if you're in an organization and your email is in this format, it is clear and concise. This is actually a good one because anybody that reads it will understand. So basically, your introduction, very important. Then the body of the email, very important. Then you now go to the call to action, which is the last paragraph. So let's just bump into the demo. If you have any question, you can just ask me while I switch to the demo section. So does anybody have any question before I proceed to? So if you have a question, you can ask.
Do you have questions, please? So no question for now. You can just move on.
Okay. So I'm launching Outlook on the web. So I believe Paul that took us on Office 365. So he must have explained all these things to us, how we can access our Office applications. Like if I click on this 9 ellipses now, I'm going to see all the apps that I have access to. So I have access to Microsoft 365, I have access to OneDrive, Word, Excel, Engage, Learning, and Power Apps. So all these apps now, they are Microsoft productivity apps. So they have their features, but the one we are particular about in this training is Outlook. So let's continue with that.
Sorry,
Yeah,
sorry,
I'm with
Emmanuel.
you. Yeah.
Maximize the screen, please?
Okay, I will. So if I'm too fast, please, you guys can let me know. So basically now, this is my Outlook. So as it is like this, these are emails that are coming in. They are coming into my Outlook desktop. So this guy now, from here, this external net logon, this is the subject of this email. So let's take for instance now, I just came in and I want to attend to this email basically. So automatically, if the subject is not appealing to me, I won't even open it. So that's one advantage of subject. So we have draft. So draft now basically is, maybe for instance, I was composing an email. Like if you want to compose an email, you click on, let me go back so that everybody will get it. Let me just discard this email. So basically now this is Outlook. Let's say I want to compose an email. So I will just click on new mail. If you want to compose an email, you click on new mail. So I'll just click on new mail. So once I click on new mail, I can just type welcome to Ososo. Teach me cloud computing. So this is me composing an email. So I'm composing an email in this format. So let's now say welcome to Ososo, teach me cloud computing. The subject now of this email, now I can say TMCC. So if I'm sending this email to anybody, once the person just sees TMCC, the person knows that this email is for Teach Me Cloud Computing. So let me leave it now. Let me just go back to inbox. So if I go back to inbox now, I can see that I have one draft, but formally I don't have a draft. So what a draft basically means is that probably you are trying to send an email to somebody like this. Maybe you want to send to anybody. So if you want to send an email to somebody, once you click on the person's email address, maybe like let's say I want to send an email to Joseph, can you call your email address so that I can send an email to you? Or can you drop it on the chat so that I can just practicalize? Let me just demonstrate sending an email to you.
So you have my Gmail on the chat now. Thank you.
Okay, let me go to the chat. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So hope you guys are enjoying the training, or I'm too fast so that I'll reduce my tempo. Am I too fast? If I'm too fast, to tell me. Did Sarah, did you
No,
say I'm
please, no,
fast?
please. No,
Okay.
no, no, it's okay.
Okay, this is it. So I'm trying to send an email to Joseph. So now this is the two. This two is basically the person if you want to send the email now, you have several options you can use. If you click on CC, what this CC basically means is copy. So you can copy anybody that you want to send an email to. So let's not, so for instance now, I want to add, let's say my Gmail, Joshua, let me see. Emmanuel. For sure. So now I'm sending the email to Joseph and I'm copying myself in this email. So both of us will receive the email. Both of us will receive the email at the same time. So the subject now, so we can use any subject of our choice. We can just say, let's see, let me see, let me see, let me see, let me use TMCC. Can somebody suggest a subject that we'll use?
TMCC.
Okay, TMCC. Okay. Sarah, can you just tell me, can you tell me, is your name Sarah? Is your name Sarah, please? So I don't call you. What's your name? Okay. So, okay, now from our slide, the first thing after the subject should be introduction. So who can give me a good introduction that I can put here after putting the subject, so that let's just try to be fast so that I can do some other presentations and more. Can somebody just give me the subject that we can use?
Subject.
No, not subject. Introduction. Introduction rather. Yeah.
Speak up.
Okay. Okay. Somebody say hi, Joseph. Hi, Joseph.
No.
No, you now.
Introduction. Okay, oh, okay, I get.
I Joseph. I just want to inform you that TMCC will be coming up on 26th.
I just want to what? I just want to please come again.
I just want to inform you that TMCC will be coming up on the 26th of December 2024.
So I'm making mistakes intentionally so that we are going to see how we can correct our mistakes. So basically, if you are actually typing an email, so Microsoft automatically comes with autocorrect. So it can help you correct your email. Like here now, coming is supposed to be 1M, but I use 2M. So once I just click on it, it corrects it for me. So let me just clear these other ones. So this is a good introduction. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Joseph. I want to inform you that TMCC will be coming up on 26 December 2024. So I want another person to give me a good body that we can use to send this email. Can any other person give me a good body?
We'll be delving into Microsoft 365.
Okay, we will be what?
We'll be delving into Microsoft 365.
Okay. Okay, so we have all tried. So this is actually this shows that we are really learning. So this is nice. So this alone can be the body, but if you like, you can add other things to it. But the body is okay this way. So let's just chill. So basically, I just want us to see how we can compose email, how we can put subject, how we can put introduction, and how we can put the body and send an email. So let me just send the email. So Joseph, you will confirm if you receive the email. You can confirm from your end.
There's no call to action.
Okay, yeah. No, I want us to finish up what we have. But ideally, there's supposed to be call to action. So
Okay, so I'm just refreshing my mailbox, and
okay,
I have not received it yet.
okay, it will come. It will come. It will come. It will come. So I want
So it's still
to. Okay.
so I think you can move on. We can check back later.
Okay. No problem. So I want to ask a question, and my question goes to I want to ask somebody this question. So let me ask, who will I ask now? Please, there's one lady there that is on blue behind that guy on yellow shirt. Please. Okay, Precious. So Precious, I want to ask you a question. So when you want to send an email now to somebody, what is the why is it good to use a subject? Why is it good to use a subject when sending an email to somebody? Can you just give me one reason why you should use a subject?
So as to be clear and descriptive.
Okay. Okay, that's nice. That's okay. That's okay. So thank you for that answer. So the next one now we are looking at is format a message. Yesterday, I was actually at Eniola's class, and I really enjoyed the way she talked about soft skills, how to communicate, how to talk to your colleagues, and all. That was really a nice section that she took. And I also witnessed Joseph's section when he was talking about how you can craft your how you can maybe do an introduction, apply for jobs, work on your CV instead of you to be putting I'm from Ososo in your CV. Instead of you to put your job experience, you are putting I'm from Ososo. How you was talking about all those things that you can do. So basically, that was a nice one. So today now we are going to look at how we can format a message in Outlook. So this is it. So to format a message now, so some of us that we believe that writing too much is actually much, but most times when you keep things short and straight to the point, it is better. So longer is not better. Let's take note of this. If you are writing a message or a mail to somebody, if it is longer, it is not better. If you keep it short and straight to the point, it is actually better. Why the next one? Like Eniola mentioned yesterday, she said avoid using complicated language and lengthy sentences. Maybe you are trying to send an email and you are using complicated language, like something you know that the person will not understand. That is what you are using. So it is not actually a good one. If you want to send an email to your colleague or you want to apply for a job, don't use that email to show them that you know how to speak English very well, because the person may not even have time to even go through what you are writing. So it's better you avoid complicated language and lengthy sentences. So the next one is make sure the recipient can easily scan through the text and get the main points of your message. So that is where those points we make mention of come in. Number one, the introduction. Number two, the body. Then number one, actually, the subject. The subject comes first. Then number two, the introduction. Number three, the body. Then the call to action button. So those are the things that you need to take note of when you want to send an email. So another one is always proofread before hitting send. So there was a time that I was actually going to send a report to a customer. So normally we do our reports, let's say every Friday. Then on the subject of the email, we'll put the date of that day before we send an email. So my boss just called me, say, Oyimafu, send email to this customer. Send them the reports that we did for them. So I was in haste. I just sent the email. It was after sending the email that I now discovered that I used last week dates instead of this week date. The guy just called me. He was on his way home. He said, Oyimafu, this woman will come for you. Abi, shey you dey rush, you go send something. So it's good we proofread before hitting send. Even if you want to apply for a job, you want to do anything, it's good you always proofread before hitting send. So that's just formatting an email. So you can use that to format your message. So I want to log into my own personal environment. So just should I use tech tired? I'm coming. Let me use this environment to demonstrate something. Just hold on. Uh, So hope we're enjoying the section. Are we enjoying the section, please?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay, thank you. Thank you for that. So let me go to the next one on the presentation. Yeah. So now, this one is very important. So I'm going to spend my time here because basically, you after this particular class, I want all of us, every one of us, to be able to use Outlook like a pro. Everybody should be a professional in using Outlook. So we are going to create folders. We are going to set up rules. I'm going to show you how to flag emails, how to archive email, how to sort messages, and how to categorize email. And I'm going to give us a short story of all these things and what I witnessed, basically, with one of my boss when I was with him privately on a project. So let me just sign into my other environment. So I'll just show us how to organize and manage messages. Remember, we don't have time. So let me just try to keep to time. Okay, just one sec. Okay. Okay.
I got
So
a mail to my phone.
okay, you got the mail.
So, yeah, so let me just check that I have also it here on my PC. So this is the mail. So
Okay.
this was the post and saying, hi Joseph, I want to inform you that TMCC will be coming up on the 26th of December 2024. We'll be delving into M365. And the topic here is showing TMCC. And it shows that the mail is coming from Oyimafu J. Emmanuel and is sent to me and as well to Emmanuel at Emmanuel Joshua 45@gmail.com.
Okay. Thank you very much for that. So I'm trying to log into my environment now. Okay. So we are going to demonstrate how to create rules, and we are going to see those things, like we are going to see how to create folders. So I want everybody to pick one. So we're going to give ourselves numbers here so that once I'm done with one of them, we are going to go to the next one immediately. So Otagbo, you are going to go for create folders. So you are going to be the one that will create folder. Then Buru, the guy at the back standing, are you the usher? You are the one standing at the back there. So you are going to set up rules. You are going to remind me. So once I finish with creating folders, we're going to talk about setup rules. Then flag email spore. You are going to talk. You are going to remind me once I'm done with create folders, flag rules. Then happiness. You are going to talk about. You are going to tell me about archive email because we are going to talk about how we can archive email. Then who is the next person there? What's your Sarah? You're going to talk about sort messages. You're going to tell me about sort messages. Are you Sarah or Mary or what's your name? The girl on pink. No, not you. The one on pink, pink, pink. You pointing hand. You that's yeah, you. Yeah, you. What's your name? Mercy, right? Okay, Mercy. You are the one that is going to talk about sort messages. Then categorize email. Then Precious. You're going to talk about categorize email. So let's go. So I'm bringing my screen back. So now let me just do. Let me come back to Outlook so that we are going to create those rules. I want to rush. So now, this is actually my Outlook folder. So now, what's the first thing I said we are going to do? Benga, I think you are the first person there. So I said we are going to create folder, right? Hello? Are we there? So you can unmute your mic because I want the class to be an
Yes,
interactive section now. Okay. So Benga, create folder. Okay. So now, if you want to create a folder in Outlook, so this is my Outlook environment. So I have several folders here. I have my inbox, I have my draft, I have sent items. All these are like inbox now. This is where you see all the messages coming in. Then draft. Maybe you are trying to send an email and you did not complete it. It will come to draft. Then sent items. These are where you see all the emails you have sent. Then deleted. Any mail you delete, this is where you see them. So these are all my deleted emails. Then if you come to junk, so for junk now, this one is more of security, because if an email is coming from a sender that the domain is not authenticated, most times it don't get to your inbox, it gets to junk. Then we have archive, which we are going to talk about today. So everybody should remember their own part so that we are going to do it. So the first thing we are going to create is a folder. So we are going to create a folder. So basically now, I'm going to right click on folders here. Then click on create a new folder. Or if I want to create a subfolder under inbox, I can right click on inbox and say create a new subfolder. But what we have on our slide is create a folder. So I'm going to right click on folder here and create a new folder. So let me just it will soon come up. So it's below here. So I'm going to give this folder now TMCC 2024. So that's the name of this folder. I'll hit save. So now let's see. Couldn't create folder, an error occurred, please try again. So we are going to try again. So sometimes you can want to maybe create a folder, you get an error, so you try, okay, it's there. It told me try again and the folder actually created. So that is one wonder with cloud. So sometimes you can be getting some errors, but actually it actually works. So sometimes it's like that. So now, hey, well done. Yeah, I can hear you.
Please, I wanted to know if you are on the screen that you are sharing, because there's a big lag between what you're seeing and what we have on the screen.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should stop sharing and reshare. Let me stop sharing and
Okay.
reshare.
And if you want to touch your brakes more also.
Okay, no problem, I will. So can you guys see my screen now? Is it better?
It's coming up.
Okay.
Yes, we can see it now.
Yeah, okay, fine, thank you. So basically, when the first task we are supposed to do is to create a folder. So if you want to create a folder, I've created one folder already, which is TMCC 2024. So I'm going to create another folder now, so that since my screen was not actually going with the right timing, so I'll create another folder. So creating a folder now, if I right click on folders here, click on create a new folder, I'll create a folder under folders. So let me create a new one. So the name of the folder now, are we still seeing it? Hope we are on the same page. So the name of the folder will be TMCC 2025, because next year there's going to be another TMCC. So let's just say 2025. So I'm going to save it. So now we have TMCC 2024 and TMCC 2025. Let's say, for instance, maybe let me create another folder. Let me call it TMCC alone. TMCC. Then I'll now hit save. Now I have TMCC 2024, and TMCC 2025. So now I want to create a folder under TMCC 2025, so that the folder will be under this guy. So I can just right click on this guy and say create a new subfolder. Let's note the difference. One of the differences, if I click on folders here if I right click on folders here, I'm going to create a new folder. But if I right click on an existing folder here, like TMCC 2024 or TMCC 2025, I can only create a subfolder, because you can't create a folder under a folder. It's actually going to be a subfolder. So let me right click on this guy and say create a new subfolder. This one will now be TMCC 2020. Let me say TMCC mails. hit save. So we are going to see something. So we can see that this TMCC mails now is under TMCC. Fine. So we are done with creating a folder. So who is coming next? Who was the next person that I said should remind me of the next thing we are talking about? Okay, Mr. Gbenga. Well done. Okay. I'm not hearing you if you are talking. Okay, we should set up. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. So now, if I want to set up rules now, basically, setting up rule, one of the easiest way to set up rule is, to me, I don't like stressing. I like always going through the shortcut. So if you want to create rule, thank you. You can sit down, sir. You can sit down. So if we want to create rules, you can right click on the folder. Can we see what I did? Can everybody see what I did?
It's open. So I
Okay.
guess there is I guess there is network delay. So we are not seeing it in real time.
Okay.
But I think the
So
conversation is clear enough.
okay. Okay. So are we all seeing my screen now so that we can go to rules? Hello? Is it read time now?
Yes, we can see your screen now, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So basically, I want to create rules now. So we have created folders. So the next thing is rules. So as users, let's not say it's too hard, because in this teach me cloud computing training, where it's actually done so that everybody will have understanding of all the productivity suite of Outlook of Microsoft. If you are working in any organization, you are going to use Outlook. And when you get there, even during the onboarding section, they are going to teach you all these things. So let's just create rules. Let's just create rules. So if you want to create rule now, from the GUI portal here, these are all the folders we have. We have already created folders. Now we want to create rule. So to create rule, you click on this gear icon. Can we see it here? It's settings. So once we click on settings, then we'll see mails. We have accounts. So if I click on account setting now, it will show me the accounts that I'm using that I used to sign in. Then if we click on general, it will show me other settings like distribution groups, notification, and all. So if I click on mail, that is where I will now see the opportunity to create a rule. Why is it under mail? It is under mail because the rule you are creating, you're actually creating the rules to move mails to a folder. So that is why it is under mails. So let's not confuse ourselves. So I'll just click on rules. So if I click on rules now, I already have an existing rule that is running, which is move all messages from Office 365 alert to Office 365 folder. So this Office 365 here, it is a folder actually. So now I'm going to create a rule. So let me say add a new rule. So the name of the rule will be move all mails from TMCC to, let me just say move all mails from TMCC. Now I'm going to add a condition. So there's no rule without a condition. So there must be a condition after creating a rule, even in any way, in any way. So if you create a rule, you have to create a condition. So that condition now, let's go down to see different conditions that we have. So from the condition now, we have various conditions from to my name is. So you can even create different rules. Maybe in our leisure time, we can look at all these conditions. But the easiest one that people use is from. We can just pick from. That means if the mail is from this person, move it to this folder. So the condition I selected is from, so that at least we can keep everything easy. So now I'm now going to put Joseph's email because I want to use his email to test. So let me use his email. So he's going to send me an email straight away. Let me see if the email will move to that folder. So I'm using his own email. So any message from this email. So move it to this folder. So now, these are the steps now. We have named the rule and we have added a condition. That is, the condition is any mail from Joseph Jr. Afeso at gmail.com. That's where we stopped. So now we need to add an action because we have created the name, we have created the condition. Now we are moving to action. So let's not confuse. It's a very, let me put it this way. Now, I'm in an organization. Let's say I'm receiving bulk emails and my email is always filled with a lot of mails and Joseph is my boss. Let's put it that way. He's my boss and he always send me emails all the time. And basically, sometimes he will tell me, I send you this email, you did not respond to it. Why? Because my emails are filled with so many emails. But for me to categorize mails coming from Joseph, I have to create a rule so that any mails coming from him will move to a folder so that anytime I just see any notification from that folder, I will know he has sent me mail. I'll go and attend to it. So that is one advantage of rules. So now we have created the condition. The condition is from Joseph. Now I'm creating the action. I'm now going to say move to. So we can see different things. We have move to, copy to, delete. I can even say any mail coming from Joseph, the mail should delete. So it depends on what I want. I can say mark with importance. I can say categorize. So you can do anything you want to do with rules. So I want to say move to. So now you see when I click on move to, it told me to select a folder. That was why when I started with folder so that we are going to see how to create a folder and how we can use a folder. So now let me select the folder. So I have several folders here. So you see I have Office 365. I'm supposed to see TMCC here, but it's not showing. Probably maybe it needs some time to sync before it shows. But let me create a new folder here. So like they always say, there are many ways to the market. It's not only one way that leads to the market. So you can create a folder directly from here. You can create from the main page. So let me just create a new folder. So I'm going to give this folder now. Let me see Joseph. Because most times in organization, that's what they do. I'll just save it. Then now the mails is going to move to this folder. So I'm going to save. So Joseph, please help me send an email to, I'm going to drop my email address on the chat. So let's see if the mail you send will drop in this TMCC folder. So let me just drop my email on the chat. Okay. So I'll be expecting your email. So we are going to check it. So who is the third person? Is it Happiness or we're going to talk about what we talked about? Is it Paul? It's like it's Paul.
That's me, please. And we are talking of flag emails.
Flag email, right? Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. So let's leave settings now. So let's leave settings. So now we are looking at flag email. So if I click on inbox, so you see I have different emails here. I have weekly digest, I have from Big Titan, I have from Warmly, I have from Microsoft. So now I want to flag an email. So when we say flag, let's say for instance, we mentioned the word flag. What will come to our mind? Who can just tell me when we say flag? So Messi, can you tell us when we say flag, what does it mean to flag something? Yeah, Messi, you can talk.
Okay, I'll just use an example. Let's say you get an email from a scanned email. That email can be flagged, let's just say with a red mark or something.
Wow, I'm clapping for you here. That's a nice one. Thank you. You did well. So now, to flag an email, you can right click on the email you want to flag. Now, I have several emails here. So you can right click on the email you want to flag and say flag. So this one is very straightforward. So you can say you want to flag it today, or because the essence of flag is like Messi made mention. Maybe you want to flag give somebody red flag. I know you always give guys red flag. That is why you were quick to say red flag. So this one now, as it is like this, is just the same thing. Let's say, but in a workplace environment, let's say you want to flag an email now. Maybe you are given a task by your boss and you have completed it. So you can mark it as complete. Or if I right click again and say flag, it's already marked as complete. I can say tomorrow. So automatically you see, like you made mention of red flag. So this is a red flag on this email. So I just gave that explanation. Like, sometimes you can flag somebody. You can even flag a human being. Like I'm giving, like one of my boss will tell me, you are in my red list. You are in my black list. That is, she's automatically telling me that I'm in a black list or I'm in a red list. So it's more or less like the same thing we are talking about. So we have flag. So I've flagged this email. So who is the next person that we talk about that is going to tell us another thing? Is it Paul? No, Paul was the person that spoke. Is it Happiness?
Yes, next thing we are talking about is archive.
Okay, thank you very much. So archive. So Happiness, this question goes to you. When we say archive, what does it mean? Please just try.
Messages that you maybe don't want to look at for now and then
Ah,
keep them in
that's
your
the
phone.
nice. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's great. That's great. That's great. That's nice. That's nice. So archive. The difference between archive and delete is like you define the messages you don't want to see. That's true. Why delete is the one that you don't want at all. You want it to just leave your mailbox. So I'm going to archive an email now. So this email from Microsoft Security, if you want to archive an email, just like the way we flag this email, once you right click on an email, you can click on what you want to do with the email. So we have delete, we have archive, we have move, we have copy, we have categorize, we have snooze, we have ignore, we have report, we have block, we have rules. So as it is now, I want us to archive this email. So let me click on archive. So I've automatically archived that email. So now, where will our mind go to? Let's take, for instance, now, you want to see that email. Archiving an email does not mean that you cannot see the email again. You can still see the email. If you search for the email here, you'll still see it. But if you come to archive here now, you are going to see the email here. But the only thing is that, like Happiness made mention, emails you don't want to see. Like if I come to my inbox now, and maybe my team lead is always sending me emails every day, is always giving me some kind of work that I don't like, I can just right click and archive it so that I won't be seeing it. Sometimes some bosses can come and say, didn't you receive the email? They will come and check. You say you didn't see it. They will know that you archived the email. So archive is just like emails you don't want to see, you can archive it. So what's the next person? So the next person to give us the next points, please.
Such messages.
Sort messages. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So when we say sorting, sorting, yeah. So this brings me to one story that I want to share. So I was with my boss one day. So somebody raised the ticket that the person is having issues with Outlook. So the person is saying that he's not seeing emails that they sent to him. Like if somebody send him an email now, he won't receive it. The guy check. They did some kind of traces. The emails is coming in. Do you know that it was that customer that messed himself up? If you want to sort an email now, if you come to filter here, so you can do everything. You can say, okay, you want to see all emails, you want to see unread. If you click on unread now, you will see it will show the unread emails. So if I click it back now, I can see all. So basically, you can sort your emails like, okay, I want to see the ones that I flagged. So you can see it's only this one that is flagged here. So if you can just click on the particular ones that you want to see. So if you see at mentions now, like maybe for instance, your boss at mentioned you. So you will see if you click on at mention, you will see. But I don't have any email that I was at mention, so I won't see. So that's why. So, but this is basically sorting. So who's the next person that will give us the next point before we call it an afternoon? Is what? Sorry. Okay, categorize email. Yeah, thank you very much. So we want to categorize email here. So Messi, can you tell me what you understand by to categorize something? Let's just say, just try. Let's say I want to categorize something now. Can you tell me what it means? Precious, sorry. Precious. Huh?
Putting something into group or section.
Okay, thank you. That's nice. Wow. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay, so let me right click on this email now to categorize it. So if you want to categorize an email, if you right click on an email, you will see different categories. We have blue category, green category, yellow category, red category. So you can rename it if you like. So let me create a new category. Let me say TMCC. Then I'm going to give it this color and click save. Now, this particular email now is tag TMCC, and it's actually, it has been categorized. So this is the difference. All these other emails, there's no category. They don't have any categorization, but this one now is categorized because if you come into my Outlook now, I can say, okay, Messi, please come and check my Outlook. Any message you see TMCC, I want you to reply that email. So automatically, because I categorized it, but had it been I did not categorize it, I won't be able to know if the person won't even know the email that I'm talking about. So that's for categorization. So is there any other one we need to talk about? Or that's the last? Okay, so thank you. So that's the last. So is Joseph there? Is Joseph there?
Yes,
Hello?
please, Emmanuel.
Okay. So
Thank
so
you.
so yeah, thank you. You can go ahead, bro.
I've sent an email to you, so I think you wanted to check that for me.
Okay, let me check. Let me check. So this is the last one we are going to talk about, which is create virtual meetings and calendar. That's all. We are not going to do anything again. So let me check that folder. Let me see if the magic is going to work. So the email, it's like the email has not even dropped because they did go. It's supposed to be here. So let's just give it some time. It will come. It will come. It will come. Come. So maybe you can just help us send another one, please, while we do the next demonstration. So please. Yeah. So now this is the last part that we're going to talk about for Outlook. So Benga talked about teams. So I watched the section when he talked about teams. So he talked about how to create a team. I saw when he created a team, TMCC Day3. That was a nice one. Kudos. So today now I'm going to look. I want us to look at how we can create appointments and meetings and events in Outlook. Although we can create all these things in Teams, we can create them in Teams, but I just want us to see how we can create all these things in Outlook. Because there was a time that one of my colleagues just called me. He's in another department. He said he wants to see how he can create meeting in Outlook. So if you guys now were in that shoe, you already know. You don't need anybody to come and teach you again. That is the advantage of all these kind of events. Like Benga now taught us how to create teams. Imagine now you find yourself in an environment where you want to work with teams. You already know how to create teams. Paul has taught us how we can navigate to Microsoft 365 Portal, which is very important. Now we know how to navigate Microsoft 365 Portal. So Boro taught us OneDrive and SharePoint. That's also a nice one, and we are going to still look at it and learn. So now, virtual meetings. So this picture now, who can tell me what's happening here? The guy close to Messi, please. Can you tell me what's happening in this picture? Here, what we have here. The guy close to Messi. Yeah.
So there's another person that I would like him to speak because he has been silent for too long. And that is
Okay.
Otem. Otem, please, this is your turn.
Okay. Okay, please talk. I sorry, you are welcome. Sorry, I beg. Okay, you can ask, please. Remember, we don't have time. I don't want to. I don't want to eat into our break.
So he's asking what the question is.
Okay, this is the question.
Practically,
So
a
yeah, go
section
ahead.
of needed.
Okay,
A
what I'm trying to
section
say
that
is, what is happening here in this picture? What's going on here? Is it what? What's going on there?
a meeting.
Thank you very much. This guy, you guys are very smart too. Ososo has smart youths. Wow. This is so great. So what is happening here is a meeting. So this meeting now is a physical meeting because all of them are here. So now we are going to create a virtual meeting. An example of a virtual meeting is this one that I'm actually using to take this section. It is virtual. I'm not in Ososo. Like in my post, I say, I'm thanking Pillars Concept for giving me the opportunity to visit my hometown virtually. I'm not there physically, but I'm there in the spirit. And I'm there now, safe. I'm seeing you people. I'm seeing Benga there, he's smiling. I'm seeing a lot of people there, they are smiling. So see Messi. Messi has been concentrating, looking at the screen, like, well done. And even happiness too. Happiness has been watching, like, I see, I need to take my time, let me teach it and make it very interesting so everybody will enjoy the class. So Paul also concentrating. That's a nice one. So now it's an example of a virtual meeting. I'm not there with you people physically, but I'm with you. So another one is calendar management. So I'm going to give a use case of calendar management, then we'll just call it a day. So I'll just teach us how to create a meeting. That's all. Then we close. So let me go to my portal again. Yeah. So I'm back to Outlook. I'm back to Outlook because we're talking about Outlook. This class is basically talking about Outlook, and hope we have taken something home from this class. Are we taking anything home? Okay, thank you. So now we are looking at calendar management and creating meetings. So if you want to create a meeting, we have different icons here. The first icon here that look like a message, this one is your mail icon. So if I click on this icon, this is what I see. If I click on the next one, which is calendar, this is what I see. I get to see my calendar. If I click on the third one, this one is people. I get to see people. So people now, an example of people is more or less like contacts. That's just like your phone book, the way you have several phone numbers on your phone. That's just an example of contact. So let's go to the next one, groups. The next one is groups. So these are the groups I've created. Inside sales, Mohinani, IT services, IT administrator. So I can create a group from here. I can just say, but I don't, that one is not really part of the scope of what I'm taking. So let me just leave group creation. So the next one is to do. So to do now is also part of Outlook. So the next one is OneDrive. So from Outlook, you can even access your folders on OneDrive. So one thing I like about Microsoft is all their products are tightly integrated. You don't need to go from here to go and access another thing. So you can do it directly from that particular application. So where we are now is Outlook web application. So if I click on to do, I have access to my to do. If I click on groups, I'll see my groups. So these are groups that I have. Just like Benga was teaching us how to create team. So this particular inside sales now is a team, but it's more or less like an M365 group, but it's also a team. So this is it. So this is inside sales, just like what Benga showed us in the morning. So this is exactly the same thing we are talking about. So just to show you that Microsoft Outlook is tightly integrated with other apps. So let's go to the business of the day, which is meetings. So here now, this is mail. I want us to hope it's real time. Paul, is it real time? Are you guys seeing my screen real time?
It's still lacking a bit, but I guess it's better than before.
Okay. Thank you. Because you guys are I want you guys to like, okay, let's go. So let me see something. So before we create our calendar, can you let me just let me check my rule again. Let me see. Because the mail Joseph sent, it's possible that the mail has dropped. So let me check that rule. Let me come back. Remember, if you want to create a rule, you come to You come to settings. Let's not forget, because you may want to do it, but one thing I like, all these things are online. Once you go online and you search, maybe Joseph have even done a video on all these things in the past. So all those things are there. If you check his YouTube channel, you are going to see a lot of all these videos that will educate you and you will learn a lot. I learned from the YouTube channel. Like, I go there to learn a lot of things. Most of the things I know today, I learned them from there. So if we come to this gear icon now, which is settings, you click on settings here. You can come to mail. So let's go back to that row. Let me see something. Let me see, because now move all mails from TMCC. This is the rule. So let me do it like this. Let me see. I want to check something. Let me run it now. Let me see if it's going to do anything, because the mails is supposed to have dropped there. So this mail was received from Joseph. Move to, so this was the rule we created. If the message was received from Joseph at gmail.com, move the message to Joseph folder. So I've run the rule. So let me go back to my Outlook. Let me see. So I want us to follow as I'm doing it. So if you want to create a rule, after creating the rule, I came here, I click on add a new rule. I give the rule a name, like you can give it any fictitious name. Then you can now come down, add a condition. So there are several conditions that you can use. Me, myself, I'm using the one that suits me, which is from. So I'm saying any mail from this person, move it to a particular folder. So that's what we did. So let me close this guy so that we can go and check if the mail has actually dropped. If it has not dropped, then I might need to check from backend to know why the mail has not dropped. So during our next class on Exchange Online, I'm going to still show it. I believe by then the mail would have dropped. So let's just leave that for now. So now let's go back to calendar. So we just do the last thing and we close. So sorry, boss, that I'm taking much time. Sorry about that, but I just want us to finish. Sorry. So now we are looking at the events here. So this is it. So now, if you want to create a meeting from Outlook, this is my calendar. Today is Saturday. So let me scroll down because I want to see the, oh yeah, today is 28. So if I click on today now, so from here now, why am I not seeing Saturday? I'm not seeing Saturday. Do you know why I'm not seeing Saturday in my calendar? I don't want to work days that are not work days. I don't want to have any meeting. I don't want to see any meeting that was hosted on Saturday. So this is a way you can organize your calendar. If you click on, can we see this here where we have work week? Can we all see it? So this work, okay, this work week here shows that I'm only picking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's the meaning. If I put it on normal week, I'm going to see Saturday. But my calendar was set on default to work week because I don't want to work weekend. I want to enjoy my weekend. I don't want anyone to come and be disturbing me with meeting weekend, except it's for community. If it's for community, I'm there, not office work. I want to rest during my weekend. So now, work week, we'll go back to work week. So these are the outstanding meetings that I have. Safety for zero accidents, quality assurance, and account stand-up. So I'm going to create a new meeting now. So that if I want to create a new meeting, I can just click on new events. Once I click on new events, it automatically gives me this option. So you can create a meeting. Let me say TMCC General Meeting. So that's the name of this meeting. So if you want to invite anybody from outside, so this is where you invite the person. You can select people that are in your organization and you can invite people from outside your organization. Let me add Joseph's email to it so that people can. Okay, so that's it. I've added his email. So this part now where we have attendees, these are the people that you want to attend the email, and the meeting link will be sent to them. So let's take, for instance, use case, maybe happiness now. You have your Microsoft 365 tenant, and your boss said you should create a meeting with one of their clients. So how you do it is You put the client's email here as attendee so that the meeting link will be sent to the client. Then the client can join the meeting from the link on the email. So that's it. So all these people, they are attendees. They have to attend the meeting. So optional, it means that the person may attend or the person may not attend. So let me select optional. So let me put myself as optional. Okay. So I'm using this as an optional email. So all these ones now, they are attendees. They must attend the meeting, but this guy, optional, he may not attend. Then the next time now is, you are now going to click on the time. So this meeting now, the time you want to specify the meeting, your boss can tell you the meeting should be for 12:30 a.m. So if it's 12:30 a.m., you can select the time you want the meeting to be. Then if it is from 12:30 a.m. to 12 p.m., you set the meeting to be like that. So that's just it. So Binga, don't worry, we'll soon finish. I can see you are stretching your body. You want to go for a break. Okay, so that's just it. So I've created if I want to complete it now, maybe for instance, I want to write the agenda. I can say this meeting is for also students to learn cloud. So this is it. So I can now click on send. So once I click on send, it will create. So if I scroll down now, depending on the date, you see this icon here, event has been created. So it will show. So let me put it on week again. So that's just to create a meeting. So it's now showing here, TMCC general meeting. Remember, I picked Saturday, 12:30. So that's to create a meeting. So if you want to organize your calendar, this is your calendar. If you want to be like me, you want to put only work week, you can set it on work week. If you want to put it on month, you can set it on month. So if you click put it on months now, that means your calendar will be showing like a normal calendar where you'll be seeing all the days and everything that is happening in the month. So does anybody have a question before we close? I'm done. I'm done. So does anybody have a question? Maybe
Yes,
you want to
please.
ask. Yeah, please, you can go ahead.
Okay, so my question is, what happens when you flag a mail probably to the sender or the receiver?
What happens when you do what? Sorry, come again.
When you flag a mail,
Okay. Okay, when you flag a mail now, let me come back to mail. So this is it. If I come back to my inbox now, you can see that the mail is flagged. So nothing happens to the recipient when you flag a mail. It's just for you to know the authenticity of the email you want. Maybe for instance, now flagging is like this. If I right click now and click on flag, you will see different options. So you flag emails when it's maybe you have a task you want to do and you want to do it today or you want to do it tomorrow. So you can flag it for today, you can flag it for tomorrow, you can flag it for this week. So once you flag it, let me say today now and I flag it. So it will give this red flag here. So that's just all, just to show you that the email was flagged. So let's take for instance now, you come in and you open your Outlook. Once you see that red flag, you will say, let me go and check because you flagged that email. So that's just it. Does anybody have any other? Did I answer your question, Paul?
yes, perfect. Thank you.
So, okay,
Message.
go ahead, Messi.
Please, can you throw more light on sorting messages? Because I don't understand it.
Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. So if we come down to, if you want to sort message now, when we say sort, okay, from sort now is more or less like you want to filter. You want to filter based on maybe anything. Maybe you are using Excel and you want to sort. Maybe for instance now, you have people in 100 level, 200 level, 300 level that wrote an exam and you want to sort. You can sort based on the year, either 100 level or 200 level. If it's HND, maybe you have HND1, HND2, or ND1 and ND2. You can sort based on the level. So now, in Outlook now, let's say you want to sort. There are several ways you can sort. This is my Outlook. So let me go again. If you click on mail, so we have several icons here. We have mail, we have calendar, we have people, we have groups, we have to do, we have OneDrive. So all these icons here are integrated with Outlook. So if I click on mail now, it brings me to all my mails. So this one now I flagged is carrying a red flag. So now if I want to sort my email now, I can click on this filter here. So we have three. We have select, we have filter, and we have sort now. So here now, if I click on this sort now, you can see different categories that I can use to sort my email. So you can say date, you can say from, you can say category, just like maybe you want to sort university students results. You can say you want to sort it by 100 level, 200 level, or 300 level. Or let's say you want to sort polytechnic student result. You can say you want to sort it by ND1, ND2, HND1, or HND2. Let's say this date now is general for everybody. Why from is maybe ND1, category is ND2, and the likes. So if I click on from now, you are going to see. So my Outlook has changed. Now all I'm seeing here is mails from. So if I come back here now and select date, so the mails will show according to the date they arrived. So that's just the difference. Then we have another one again. So sorting and filter, they are almost similar but not the same. So if you see all these things now, we have all, unread, flagged, to me, and all, like the one I explained before. So if you click on unread now, you will see all the emails that you have not read. Then if you come back here and you click on flags, you will see the email you flagged. So depending on the one you want to use. So this is, you can sort your emails. Okay, I want to see only my flagged emails. You can also use filter here. You can filter, maybe you want to filter the email by category. If you filter it by category now, you will see the emails will show by category. TMCC now, I created a category called TMCC. I just right clicked on the email. Let me go back to the email. I right click on the email. I went to categorize. Then from categorize, we have different category. I just said new category. Then I called it TMCC. Yeah, so you can, they say the name is already taken. Let me say TMCC or so. Let me make everything caps locks. What's wrong with me? Okay, let me save it. So now I have another category, TMCC or so. So you can create your category like that. So category basically is just to categorize your emails. This Outlook, if your Outlook is well structured, it will help you to be more productive in your tasks. That's why we are taking our time to take this Outlook so that at least we will know how to maximize Outlook. Imagine your team lead now comes to your Outlook and he sees the way your Outlook is structured. You have folders for each of your departments, the teams in your department and all. It's actually a nice one. It will help you. And all these things I'm taking, like Joseph will always say in our sections, he will say, don't see it to be too hard. Don't see it as if this thing is too hard. Even me, the first day I did all these things, it was very hard. I didn't even know it. I don't even know that I will even know it. But finally, God helped me. I now know it because I was practicing. I paid attention to it. So even if it looks hard now, believe me, even me, if I were in your shoes, it would be hard for me. That's the truth. I'm only talking here today because I've been privileged to work and I now know how to use it. It's not as if I'm better than you people. With time, if you take your time to learn all these things, you can even be better than me. That's life. So thank you very much. Does anybody have any other question?
So I guess you just deserve handshake from all of us. Can we all dance together very long?
Thank you.
So thank you very much for being very real and bringing in your experience to explain how. Myself, I must tell you that I have learned quite a lot of things. And I'm trying to recommend a YouTube channel to the team here. And that channel is from Teresa Cyprus. I'm trying to lay my hands on that, but she is only training on how to, and yes, she's doing a very nice job. She's a close person. yes, even if you need particular topic, you can even ask that to do some videos on it. So I will look for that channel and then I will share it with the team so that we can even stretch beyond what we have learned. One of my mentors, Solomon Jeremiah, will always say that the fact that you have heard it before means that it is no longer new, even if you do not understand it at the first time. So if you go pick up something you want to read about Outlook now, you know that you heard something about Outlook before, and you've seen one of the brothers use it on the call, and put it in the section is recording. So there are a bit of lag, by the way, but those lags are not going to be covered in the recording. So you will have the recording like in real time. So I'll be sharing the link to this recording because of how important it is. I will make sure I do that today, and then we can all go and watch it. We are still going to be having Emmanuel on Tuesday, I guess that Monday or Tuesday, where he's going to tell us the admin side of the Outlook, right, which is the Exchange Online Admin Center. So Oyimafu, thank you, and I'm sure that you are very happy that you are here today. So
I'm super happy.
Yeah, thank you. So Oyimafu, you may also want to share the slide on the group chat so that whoever wants to also go and read, we have opportunity to read and keep it for future reference.
I'll share it now. Please, you people should follow me on LinkedIn. I'm begging you people. I beg, follow me on LinkedIn. And I'm going to do my YouTube channel. I beg you people should follow my channel, please. My people, please, you people should help me.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Thank you very much. And we hope that you are going to have a very, very good day. And I'm sure you are proud of